I'm here with Alex and Victor over at the Flowserve team. Alex, we met a long time ago when you were working for another company and heard me speak then.
Right.
And there were certain messages that resonated with you. Do you want to share what you learned then and what did you learn tonight?
Yeah, there were a couple of things that were really important to me. And the first one was when you encountered problems or issues or situations that require solutions. Sometimes they look daunting, sometimes they look impossible, sometimes they become really frustrated. And every time that I previously had encountered trying to create a solution for those issues, you look at it and you become frustrated and you start getting tired and cranky. And I started to say to myself, after listening to you, I started to say to myself, geez, it can't be that bad. So all of a sudden those issues that previously had been really large and not solvable.
Puts them into perspective.
Right, exactly. It just becomes something that was, geez, I can make this happen. I can fix it.
So Victor, you made the decision to bring me to the meeting. What were the things that you were looking for and what was it that you wanted to achieve?
Well, a couple of things. One is I hold Alex's recommendations in high regard. So that was first. His recommendation that he heard you, that it motivated him and his team, made an impression with me. Secondly, I did some research on Neal Petersen, and I was pleasantly surprised to hear, one, that you were from South Africa, so fellow countryman.
That's right.
And three, that you had a really amazing story to tell and have overcome a number of adversities in your life that could serve as inspiration to any generation and were compatible to some of the challenges that we're facing in our organization in terms of change, in terms of an aging workforce, in terms of collaboration and teamwork, and looking beyond your horizons to kind of solve problems, look for solutions rather than look for problems.
That's right.
Be creative in that sense. And that lifestyle that you had and what you overcame, I think would resonated really well with our meeting. So it was an easy decision to make.
You had a very interesting, diverse group of people. You had people from pretty much every continent and from a number of countries, including China, India, and Germany, Europe. And also, the common denominator among most of these folks also is engineering.
Correct.
So, when you are looking at such a multicultural audience, again, how are you going to select your future speakers?
I think you need to look at the circumstances that your organization is going through at that particular time and try to find speakers that connect with the audience and bring relevancy to the message that they're delivering. Because if you're bringing something that makes no sense at that particular moment for the audience, you've missed the opportunity. So the situation needs to be there in the organization. And in most organizations, certainly around the world, Fortune 500 companies, there's always an opportunity for change. There's always an opportunity for improvement. There's always an opportunity for overcoming adversity and challenges. We're in a very competitive environment. The economy continues to be a challenge for most industries and most companies. So I think, in that sense, you try to balance the situation of the industry, the company, the needs, and you try to find a speaker that can kind of play to those points. And again, I'm happy to say that you kind of hit them on all cylinders.
Well, thank you. So, Alex, now that the keynote is fresh in your mind, and this is the second time, are there any new messages that you heard tonight that you don't remember from, I think it was 4 years ago, the last time we met?
Yeah, so I would say that the things that were really important to rather at the last keynote speech are the same. So the core message, the values, the ability to deal with adversity, change, and the psychological approach to creating corrective action are there. However, I would say that the depth and the ability to link those core messages to the types of issues that we face as an entity is better. And I would add to that the fact that the ability for a company to consider itself part of the community to create something that is more than just the requirements to create profit. In other words, feedback in the community and make a difference in the world is really compelling.
Well, today, you are a part of also being able to make a difference in other lives. In the keynote, I speak about what is whatever we do, is it right for myself, is it right for my family, is it right for our community? But we also speak about, is it right for the next generation? Today, you did a team building exercise,
Right.
which tied back into the community. Tell me about some of the impact of what resonated there for you?
Yeah, so we had an event today that included the entire number of participants that were here that had two facets. The first facet was the ability, it was an exercise that taught people how to collaborate across various platforms. We had segregated them into groups and created a situation where you couldn't solve the problem unless they collaborated. And they were not directed to collaborate. Ultimately, it emerged with them that they had to collaborate, and they stepped out, which is really key to us because we're a very large, very global company. The collaboration resulted in the building of a number of doll houses for a local community charity, and the participants built these doll houses. We had the kids here that were to receive the doll houses, and part of the process was not only building the doll houses but creating speeches and flags and cheer. And the kids are the ones who judged and rated their groups and got to select who the winner was and then got their doll houses. It was really fulfilling to see that it wasn't a standard meeting activity that made a difference and did feedback and create some connection with the community. It was really rewarding.
Now, I think one of the challenges as a leader after having a meeting like this is the post-event of maintaining the energy and maintaining the drive. What are some of the things that you will now do with this group, with this organization, into the 1 month, 3 months, 1 year from now?
That's interesting. I hadn't quite thought of it that way, but I'm going to at least give you some off-the-cuff remarks. We had a few themes that we wanted to convey during this session. One was about building teamwork, fostering collaboration, looking beyond the boundaries and borders of your own situation, your country, your department. Understand that there are others and individuals in the organization who may have already solved this problem before, so reach out and do that. So under Eric's new leadership in the engineering and design team, I think he'll continue to encourage that, because that's going to be at least an enabler of success. And in our roles, as we go forward and rather back into our organizations, I think there's a lot of nuggets that we can take both from the team working exercise, the presentation that you delivered today at Keynote, as well as the central themes of what we want to achieve in the meeting, in this meeting, in the summit, and continue to foster those opportunities for collaboration, team building, teamwork, and beyond that, we'd have to figure out certain tactics and activities that's going to continue with the momentum. But in the general theme is we need to continue as I guess leaders of the team to look for opportunities to identify opportunities for collaboration, and then recognize when that takes place, and reward or recognize, incentivize in some way the behavior that we're looking for, and that in turn will become institutionalized in the organization. So beyond that, I don't have much more at this point.
Well, Alex, thank you so much for recommending me.
It's a great
And Victor,
pleasure.
thank you so much as a fellow South African
It's been a pleasure.
and a fellow world global traveler. I look forward to our paths crossing all over this planet.
Dit was
Thanks
een
again.
plezier. Dank je.
Bye, dankie.